Well, hello everyone. This is Dr. Ron once more, and we're back bringing to you another episode of Boomer Life Lessons and Stories. As a matter of fact, we're getting ready to start episode number 71. So, what are we going to be talking about today? Well, how about this title for starters? For success, look for the catalyst in your life. It sounds kind of deep, doesn't it? But I can assure you it is not that deep and it is easily done. But before we get into that, if you could, tell others about our channel. Let them know how we might have helped you or the things that we said that might have been interesting to you, caused you a moment of pause. If we can help you and others, say friends, family members, and associates, then we're doing our job, because really that's all what it's all about. We're here to help. And anything that we can say or do that will lift the burden a little bit, make life a little more enjoyable, then if we've done that, then we've done our job most certainly. Okay, enough of all that. So I guess we have to kind of interrogate the title of this episode. For success, look for the catalyst in your life. Now, in order for us to understand what the intent of this episode is about, we need to really get an idea of what a catalyst is. And this is a dictionary. It's a dinosaur. It's a relic, right? From an age well gone by. I think this one was put out in 1989. I had one similar to this that I began my college career in 75 with. And I know it's around here somewhere. I just couldn't lay my hand on it. But it's kind of interesting. These things still hold value. They are so very important to us, but most of the time we go out online and look things up in an online dictionary. But I must tell you, I'm kind of old school from this standpoint. I do enjoy holding a book in my hand. Maybe it's just my upbringing, who knows? But I previously marked off the area in this dictionary where it provides us a really good insight as to what a catalyst is or what it's supposed to be. Let's see if I can find it now. Catalyst. Okay, it says catalyst, a person or thing acting as the stimulus in bringing about or hastening a result. In bringing about or hastening a result. You know, if you don't have one of these, you might want to go to the antique mall and probably grab one. It's useful to have them around, and sometimes it's great satisfaction in looking things up. I would kind of modify the definition for catalyst just a bit. A person or thing that precipitates an event or propels it forward. You know, in other words, that's the hastening part. So, you know, in chemistry, a catalyst speeds up the chemical reaction. What speeds up your reaction? What makes you get up and get busy? And realistically, that's the crutch of the matter. What are we talking about? How can you be successful if you never get started? How can you be successful if you start and stop many times, and something that could be done in a day or a week takes you months or years? You know the person I'm talking about. Yes, I've been guilty of that as much as anybody else has. But fortunately, early on, I found the catalyst in my life. So here's the thing. Have you ever, just had the feeling that there was something that needed doing, something important? You knew it was in the back of your mind, and you might have even been haunted by it. I need to get up and get busy about something. But for some reason, you simply lack the drive to get up and do it. Well, again, I tell you, I've been there and done that. And sometimes it's cost me dearly. I've missed an important meeting, not too many of them, right? Or I missed doing something for a friend that I'd committed to. That doesn't sit well for you and your friendship or the community, right? So we try to mitigate those sorts of things. Even the things that we need to get done in our life, we will never get them done if they're valuable and meaningful to us, we'll never get them done if we never get up and get busy, get started. So, nothing will get done unless someone ends up really getting very, very busy about it. And that someone generally is you, right? These people, though, you've seen them. They're your friends and family members. For some reason, it's easy for them to get up and get busy. And they always seem to be doing things. And, their life seems to be joyful. And that's an important aspect about it. If you feel like you're lacking something and you feel like you can never get started, perhaps it's because you haven't found that catalyst that would motivate you, that would cause you to have joy in your life as you got up and did the things that were necessary for you to be successful. So you stop and ask yourself, why am I not more like these friends or family members who are able to get up and get started at the drop of a hat and make things happen, good things happen in their life? What is driving them? What is motivating them? What is their catalyst? Where do they get all this energy to do the things that they do? Well, that catalyst kind of works with them and for them. It gives them a source of energy. It gives them a source of motivation. So they found it, obviously. And perhaps your story is that you haven't found it. So the secret really is to find out what that catalyst is for you in your personal life. What is it that excites you? What is it that creates a sense of looking forward to doing something as soon as possible? What is that thing that instantly when you hear it, you get up and it gives you energy? That is the catalyst in your life. And really, you can never know the sense of accomplishment unless you've identified that catalyst that really helps you get up and get started. It's that important. So I would say that in order to find the catalyst in your life, no matter what it is, and it's different things for different people, by the way, but no matter what it is, you're going to have to spend some time thinking about who you are and what you're about. You're really going to have to spend some time getting to know yourself. And oftentimes it's been said to me and to other people that the person we know the least about is ourselves. Now, I take that tongue in cheek. I know myself pretty good, but I still think that there are situations that I have yet to experience that I would like to have experience with, right? But I don't know how I would completely react should I find myself there. So we are somewhat of a stranger to ourselves. So how do you do that? How do you overcome this fact that the person perhaps you know least is yourself? And knowing yourself the least causes you difficulty in finding that catalyst in your life, that thing that gives you energy to get up and get busy, that gives you that drive and that motivation to accomplish things. Well, again, it starts with knowing yourself. And by knowing yourself, you know what's important. And if you know what's important to you and your family, and even for your community, then you begin to awaken to the fact there are things that need to get done, and I'm just that person to start it. So when you ask yourself, what is important to me? I know some of the first answers or among the first answers, perhaps it should be the first answer is, I need to be looking after myself and my family. You can only take care of the family if you take care of yourself first. And I mean in a healthy way, right? So we know that taking care of the family is going to be very, very important. Well, how does one take care of the family so that they can be all that they can be and you can be all that you can be? Well, you do that by becoming successful in the job that you're doing. Or if it's not the job that you want to do the rest of your life, you need to know what type of job it is or profession that you want to take on that will generate money, not just money to meet the needs, but extra money that can be then reinvested both in yourself by more training and in other investment vehicles that it itself will create wealth for you or a return on that investment. But Once you begin to ask yourself these questions, what is important to me? Don't just kind of catalog them in the back of your mind. Become a little more regimented about it. Be a little more methodical. Start writing these things down. And sometimes you can go to career centers and take these personality tests. And these personality tests, their sole purpose is to uncover what it is that you're interested in and what you might be a best fit in doing. So as you go through these sorts of activities, begin writing down what it is that you've identified. One, that is important to you, the things that you like to do, the things that you consistently do and see through the end in as efficient a fashion as possible. The things that you tend to put off, those are not going to take care of yourself or your family with. If you continually put them off, if you can never find a reason to get up and get busy with them, that means they're not important. So there's another thing that will help you find that catalyst in life. You have to really dig deep and understand what it is that's important to you. Is it time with the family? Well, how do you create more time with the family? You find a job that fits your skill set, that allows you to have that free time on the weekends and weeknights, and you're not putting in a lot of overtime. Or you find a job that you can earn extra money that you can then begin to reinvest. And at some point, that investment begins to work in very powerful ways for you. But if spending more time with your family is important, then you begin to you begin to look for those things that will facilitate your ability to spend more time with them, right? And that should, by its nature, motivate you and energize you. You know, the other thing that really is a catalyst in my life is when I create a plan and I begin marching to that plan and I see these little incremental successes and I can check off this task and I can check off that task. I can see progress. And so you see, catalyst in my life is progress, seeing real, verifiable progress that myself and my family are improving on a day-by-day basis. I'm not talking about skill sets, although it's always good to learn new skill sets, but I'm talking about improving the net well-being of yourself and your family. Whatever that means to you, increasing your net well-being does not necessarily mean money. However, some people are motivated by money. Some people are motivated by money for reasons that it's a way of keeping score. And if you're a competitive person and that motivates you, set up a plan that will allow you to earn more money, whether it's through working a job, two jobs, investing, whatever the case is, creating a hobby that you can earn a little money at on the side. That money then can be invested and put to work for you. It becomes your working capital. And what is working capital? It's money that does a job for a business. And that money never goes away. And that's a very key aspect. When you begin to create your wealth, you don't chew it up and eat into it. You allow it to do the job that you set it forth to do. That money, that working capital will earn more money. And then that money becomes working capital, and so on and so on. So the thing is, if you want to get motivated and you want to see progress and you track progress by the size of your bank account, or you check progress by how many people you helped this week, right, in a meaningful way, or how many tasks you completed at work, whatever that is, that progress, that catalyst in your life, you need to begin writing it down and keeping track of it. And really, if you do that, it's also an early warning indicator. Now, what does that mean? If you see that your progress begins to wane, it takes you longer and longer to achieve the same measures of excellence and the same measures of progress that you did in the past in a shorter time, then you know that something is happening. And it makes you stand up and take stock. It makes you look at the environment around you and say, what's different? Why is it taking so much more time and effort, or I feel like it does, in doing so? And by the way, it may not be, it's just that your attitude might have changed. And so if you don't change your attitudes by identifying the right catalyst, then you're back where you started from. So your attitude and your approach in life is everything as important as identifying the catalyst that will motivate you to cause you to have a positive outlook and create a sense that you can accomplish anything, and you can if you put your mind to it. So rather than drag this out in a very long narrative that kind of wanders about, let's put it to you in this manner. A catalyst is something that excites you. A catalyst is something that causes you to get up and get busy. And it allows you to work very efficiently toward a goal or an accomplishment you're striving for in your personal life or in your professional life. And by knowing the catalyst, it speeds up that process. It doesn't let you sit back and ask, why is nothing happening? It gives you the thrill of the moment in that you are motivated to go and get busy and make things happen in a very methodical, logical, and forward-looking way. And if you do that, my friends, you're going to have a richer life. And you can interpret that statement in any way you'd like, whether you define richness by the time that you spend with your family, or you define the richness in time in terms of your investments, or how much you give back to community in time and effort. Whatever it is, it's going to allow you to do that more so than you did in the past. And once you do that, then things begin to happen. And the progress itself that you make will be the catalyst that propels you forward. With that, my friends, you take care of yourself, be careful out there, and I will see you in the next episode. All the best.